without that escape tool, as they're just looking to further try to bully Panda out. Dinka's waiting here, but I mean, it's an orange, so you're not going to have that much combat advantage. They're forcing a teleport out of Young, though. Can they be able to get back and find an advantage here? Flash from Young means it's going to be first blood for Dinka. Now Panda's going to be able to pick up this Crocodile. And once again, we are in a position where 100 Thieves next, they're not afraid to fight back against Wildcard in the early game. As now Winston finds Young on the rotation, gets traded out by Pandas. Now he's on the Lee Sin, but Bradley should be able to shift his way over the wall and get back into Bradley. But he gets a three-man shuffle right into, well, it's not necessarily a shuffle, they just push him right back because Arrow is here on the flank, is going to pick up a double. Winston will fall for his efforts as Pandas now is able to pick up Adaption on this recon, but Arrow is still looking for more kills, gets a Quadra before he finally goes down. Oh man, if we had seen a Penta on the Caitlyn, I would have lost my mind.
It's absolutely crazy, right? Even though they go for this kind of crazy fight where it's only Wildcard Red would really have gone for this fight, they are still able to find something. Dinka trying to find Bradley. I don't know if he's going to get anything more. What do they see that I don't? And sometimes you psych yourself out and the move was bad. But Wildcard are constantly doing it, and I think it's psyching 100 Thieves out.
They're trying to stay in the game, though. They have a Realm Warp. They're going to try to move Panda on over to make this flank happen onto Arrow, who has quite the bounty to pick up. They get the shutdown through Young, and now Daption is on the run. Death Charge comes out. Moonlight Vigil also will be enough damage to lock him down. It's a pretty damn clean dive from 100 Thieves next. 100 Thieves next trying to do the best that they can to hold on into this series as well as the game. They are currently the ones that have a slight gold advantage, but it's only 500, so it's not the biggest thing, and the way that we've seen Wildcard take commanding leads, it's not out of the question for them to just take it right on back. They look for the shuffle, only find Gweiss, but they have Brandini flanking over from the left side to lock down Young for the kill. The Conquering Sands as well as the Crocodile slice through Gweiss, picks up 2 total for Wildcard. And now Brandini does have to take a recall as he's quite low on HP, but the rest of Wildcard, especially with Caitlyn and Azir, should be pretty easy to get some turret damage. Arrow and Adaption might be in a bad spot here. They have a good charm. Winston is also here as well, and Bradley is making the counter gank. Arrow gets taken down, but it looks like the rest of Wildcard might be able to fight back here. Panda's looking for more resets, but thanks to Bradley and the Conquering Sands, it's able to just pierce through the remaining members of 100 Thieves next. Quite yet, as they gotta wait for the minion wave, but Dinka is in a
waiting for cooldowns.
Pretty scary spot. They're just going to try to auto the turret. Dinka knocks them up with the Searing Charge, but now Brandini's just popping the Dominus, and now the rest of the cavalry is here, and Wildcard Red say good night, sweet prince, to Dinka as they send him to the Shadow Realm.
But look at what's happening on the opposite side of the map. We are seeing a response coming out from 100 Thieves. They are pushing waves underneath and forcing Arrow out of the lane. He tried to pick up the red buff, it looks like, but not going to be able to secure that either. Instead, just going to be proactively rotating towards the mid lane. And I like the fact that he's just kind of getting out of dodge, but he does need to be careful of another dive.
Oh, well, Instinct.
Oh, yeah, Instinct.
He's the one that's got to be careful about getting swept up under the rug. Bradley comes in with a nice Shurima Shuffle. And now 100 Thieves next. Without their marksman player, they're pretty low on damage apart from Young and Panda. They're going to have to get on out. Panda's already pulling off a cheeky recall within the heart of Wildcard's jungle. Can't say the same about Gweiss. Young has popped the phase rush movement speed, but Daption will lock him up thanks to that grand entrance. And Wildcard, the gold lead climbs to 6,000.
The Goon Squad starts rotating. They were up top lane, remember? They went for a 4-man dive onto Dinka. They walked to mid. They found a kill there. They walked to bot lane. They found 2 kills there. And it's almost like they don't really need to go for all this farm, yet they still maintain even or better farm across the map because they are just doing a fantastic job setting up their waves. They're never giving anything back. And Winston, every single time they find one of these kills, is able to walk into 100 Thieves jungle and take it away. I think I've used this quote a couple of times, but again, Sun Tzu says, 1 basket of rice taken from your enemies with 2 of your own. Every single time you take away one of these jungle cans, it's effectively denying one from them and giving you an extra one. So it's worth a whole lot more than your own.
And I remember the first time you busted out an Art of War quote on the broadcast, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so cool.
Yeah. I like how a lot of like Sun Tzu's quotes in like the Art of War are basically like, you know, if you are outnumbered, you probably shouldn't fight.
No, really?
Yeah, it's like, great, thank you. My other favorite one is like, have you considered lying to your opponents?
Ah, true. I mean, that's why we see things like decoy strats from Wukong or LeBlanc plays as well. Shaco, if he ever gets played. Oh, please don't play Shaco, man. I mean...
Okay. Well, we'll get to that. We got a fight going on. This is for Gweiss.
Okay, well, Gweiss, no dredge line. The cooldown will come back up just in a minute, but Winston going for the kick, finds Instinct. Knockup from Searing Charge from Dinka is going to try to buy some time, but Instinct, or I think he even was Young that got knocked up. It doesn't matter at this point, Josh.
They're all gone.
They're all dead.
Oh god, Brandine just waiting for that E to come back up. There's no real place for Instinct to get out of. You see the scared crab come through, and this is why a lot of teams kind of forego the first 2 dragons. Because remember when he got a quadra kill?
Yes.
Yeah, that was this game. He is very strong. He is skyrocketing through this mid game, which is supposed to be Caitlyn's trough. And that's the big thing. If you can get Caitlyn to like 3-4 items, you are very strong. But typically, between 1 and 3 items, you're not super excited to have a Caitlyn on your team, and he's just so far ahead of the curve that doesn't.
Well, they kicked Panda right through Dinka, giving them a little bit of a knockup. Panda might have thought that he was being kicked away to safety, but they still have enough gap closing ability between all 3 of these members in Wildcard to lock down Panda, ensuring that he's got nowhere else to run. The map is very open for the taking here, Mr. Joshi, because 100 Thieves next, they are trying to defend themselves at the base. Only 1 outer turret remains in that bottom lane, which Bradley is currently working towards, but the first inhibitor turret will fall, and now 100 Thieves next have an exposed inhibitor.
We'll see how Wildcard actually wants to pick this up. They are continuing to get all of their waves pushed. Notice that pretty much every time we look at the mini-map, every single wave is on 100 Thieves side of the map, because Wildcard are always making sure that they do things when they actually have time to do it. So now, as they come over here, they don't have a lot of a minion wave, but they do have the next one coming up relatively soon, and they don't even need it. Gweiss goes wide again.
It's unfortunate.
Oh.
Okay, well, if the first one didn't succeed, try again. But the Ember's Divide just pushes Gweiss over to the right side of the map. Arrow almost getting locked down, but is able to dodge out of 1, 2, 3. Arrow is still alive. God, no one can kill this man. Gale Force Flash, and even the Piltover Caliber Net keeps him alive through everything, and he picks up a kill off the back of it thanks to the ace in the hole on the Dinka. Instinct getting kicked away, but Winston is still in hot pursuit. Instinct might be able to live for now.
Don't do it.
Wave. You know you want to do it. They get him down. They burst through the Immortal Shield Bow, and oh my goodness. Even diving past the inhibitor turret. Oh, we got more fights in the top jungle. Dapson getting locked up by Gweiss' dredge line, and Dapson, even though critically low, goes for a 4-man knockup. And here comes Bradley with the scoop to whoop. All of the members.
Penta?
Is that on?
No!
It's just a quadra for Bradley. Brandini takes away the Penta, unfortunately. Bradley, in shame, says, all right, well, I'm just going to teleport to this control ward. But Wildcard Red, if you didn't know them before, this is Wildcard. This is their strength. So for all Academy teams watching, if you didn't know who they were, you better know who they are, because they are coming for your title, and Wildcard will not be trifled with easily.
Honestly, really